stop the noise that's inside my head.
Hey guys, Susie here. Whew, did my last episode stir the pot or what? The comment section turned into a battlefield. Some of you were furious, some protective, and a few even marched into the ring ready to scold Mr. Hong Kong guy on my behalf. First off, thank you for the love and support. It's always comforting to know I've got my ride or die crew cheering me on. Now, I know some of you were wondering, did you really go to dinner after that? And yes, I did. I mean, I had to.
When is your flight? When did you arrive today?
11 o'clock and I met him at 3 o'clock. Oh.
Okay, then it's your bad.
You guys are bad friends too.
That you too can hear.
Hi, Sunny.
Horrible things.
Do you remember Anson? She relocated to London and it was the last day I could see her before she flew out. Even though she's Mr. Hong Kong guy's friend, she's also my friend now. So I wasn't going to let that slip by because here's something I believe. My mood shouldn't affect my attitude. I made dinner plans with all of them, which was a promise. It's about staying grounded, no matter what's going on. But here's the thing. I didn't expect this much of a reaction. I mean, I get it. You've watched him grow from meh to aw, and you've been rooting for us. Then bam, an episode like that comes along and it feels like the rug's been pulled out from under you. Trust me, living through it was just as confusing as watching it unfold. That's why I warned you that it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Honestly, I could have swept that little saga under the rug, skipped it entirely, saved myself the headache. But I didn't, because sugarcoating my life would have been dishonest. And if you're here, you know I prefer to keep it real, even when it's messy. And as you know, it's hard to fit everything into a 30-minute video. So, let's address the elephant in the room. The drunken, AirPods-wearing, hungover mess of a boyfriend you saw. I saw the comments. He'll do it again. This is not a one-time thing. And my personal favorite, girl, why are you still with him?
I know he was drunk, right? Because you saw the video.
I was at Incheon Airport at like 5 a.m. I only slept like two hours, and I went to Incheon Airport and I saw Travis's story, and then he was so drunk. So the start of the trip was wrong. It was wrong. Bad friend. Bad influence.
No, it was stuffy. It was stuffy.
Yes.
I couldn't wake up today. And she was here last today. She landed today.
You didn't go pick her up,
No, he never picked me up. And then even today, he wasn't
Her
gonna.
answer was like,
he wasn't
"Man,
gonna.
you fucking lose."
No, even today, he wasn't gonna pick me up. But then he just didn't. Like, so I came. I came to Hong Kong station.
last time. Did you not listen?
Let her finish the story.
And then I came to Hong Kong station. So I was kind of scared that like I couldn't reach him from the airport when I called him.
Because he's not awake.
Yeah.
Because he's drunk.
But still, I gave him some time for like until I come to Hong Kong station, and then he didn't receive the call. And then it was raining. It was pouring.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do because I don't know the password of this place.
And then what happened?
No, and then like his friend lives really close, and then she actually contacted me.
So you get to the place and then did you smack him in the face?
No, because like no, like he couldn't wake up because he was drunk.
Yeah.
Didn't he have to drink that much yesterday when he was knowing that I was coming? It was not a surprise party.
Was very immature.
He's gonna be a dick. I'm so sorry, Arthur.
They were asking like why I don't go pick you up. Because I don't think, to be honest, I don't think this thing is like I'm very rational. I don't think this thing is time efficient.
I'm not saying like I'm not talking about like every single time I come to Hong Kong. When it's weekdays, I understand.
Yeah.
But then
It's
today's
a
a Saturday. It's a Saturday, and then you didn't even wake up because you were busy trying to do the thing for the game. Stupid game. It's not about efficiency here. The time that I picked you up in the airport, it was me trying to make your trip, the start of your trip, really nice.
That's
a very
but to be honest, like
Yeah.
I'm not like I appreciate it, but to like deep in my mind, to me, I don't really think.
You have to think it that way.
I know. I mean, to me, it's like I
That
appreciate.
person wastes like some of their time doing that.
You can do something else.
Well, what can she do?
No, I'm gonna do housework if I'm not drunk.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, generally, I won't like really like even people like come picking me up. But I appreciate it. Seriously,
No,
But
so
you
like,
can't rate it from your viewpoint
I know.
because you do it for. That's the time you sacrifice for happiness. You have to think
yeah, I
it
like
out.
Sunny.
You like everywhere is hot for men.
I get it. I think picking up from the airport is totally time wasting thing. But you can think it that way because you do it for her, so you have to think in her standpoint.
I'm not talking about every single time,
Yeah. Like only
but at least when you can do it.
Okay, next time.
No, next time it's done because I already said about it. I already talked about it.
So I don't need to do so next time.
You're such a
You need to do it. It's a trick. 你唔好講俾佢聽啦，你。
I gotta pick you up next time.
You write down all your password and stuff.
Yeah.
It's already done. So, Hong
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yes, that's the right word.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
This is a 屌你.
You
Oh, God.
I think she has to. Yeah.
Yeah, the password. So it's the password downstairs, and it's the hidden door.
How long you staying?
I'm leaving on Monday.
What the fuck?
And then he lost one day.
Yeah.
When are you?
She's giving the face.
So are you? When is next week coming then?
I'm gonna meet him in Japan in June. And then August, Bangkok.
It's gonna be the last time I'm gonna see you then.
Yeah.
Because I'm going.
Before that, I have a present for you. It's a small present.
Oh, this is really cute. It's so cute. Oh, thank you. That's so cute. This is so fucking cute. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, it's so
No, because stop. No, no. I wrote it in the letter, the card. Why I bought those?
Should I read it now?
You can read it now.
That is so cute. I really like the socks. It's so cute. Is it like another PJ? Oh, I love that. It's so soft.
No, like if I think about London, I can only think about like rainy, cold.
Yeah, it is. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, take a photo. Do you want to eat it? I want a photo. One, two, three.
know you.
With your friends? Why? Because always
No, my-
on
my-
the video. Because of video. Oh, okay. You disclosed my name, earlier than his name. So this is people are Mr. Hong Kong guy.
Yeah, you're still Mr.
He wasn't. He even showed it to my friends.
He knows the concept.
Because I'm part of it.
No, but I'm really busy editing the video.
Yeah, I think the frequency you update is quite
Consistent.
Yeah, and it's like
So I'm right now. I have to
faster
rush.
than I thought. Yeah, faster than I thought. You know. So how long do you edit? You edit?
I edit every day.
For how long?
So I
hours a
come
day?
home at about like 11, and then I sleep at 3 to 4
Wow.
every day.
Every day.
Yeah, that's why I was worried. Like, I thought she spent a lot of time on editing. It's like kind of closing herself down. You know what I mean? Like keeping herself in indoor.
Men are so dumb.
Like, indoor all the day. I was worried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You also the Hong Kong guys, I miss you.
He's a subscriber.
Yeah. And then I show everyone. They went to a camp, sort of semi-wild camp, and he didn't come, and then so I just and then played the video with a projector. Yeah, with a projector, because other people they are not they haven't seen
My video?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no! Why would you do that? But he's gonna be a dick in this episode.
Oh, really?
We can put the video on YouTube.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna subscribe. No! I wanna watch the interrogation.
I haven't come.
Interrogation, yeah.
You're gonna be in that too.
No, it means like today. Today is like when I pick you up, the video thing.
Ah!
Yeah, I said that it's like interrogation.
Let's talk about why I'm still with him. It's because of that old truth. Relationships are like shoes. At first, you find a pair that feels perfect, comfortable, stylish, and like they were made just for you. That's how I felt when I met Mr. Hong Kong guy. Comfortable enough to be myself around him, yet stylish enough to make me feel special. But here's the thing. As you start walking, you realize those shoes pinch in one spot, rub in another, or leave you with a blister you didn't see coming. No matter how perfect they seem, there's always that one thing. Like the day he got drunk and missed my arrival. Trust me, that blister hurt. But here's the thing about good shoes and good relationships. They're worth breaking in. With time, you learn to adjust. Maybe you carry band-aids, or maybe the shoes stretch just enough to fit better. And sometimes, you realize that the occasional ache is a small price to pay for how good they make you feel overall. Mr. Hong Kong guy, he apologized. I couldn't show you this because it wasn't filmed, but he promised that it wouldn't happen again. And so far, he has kept that promise. Of course, there have been moments in our relationship that made my blood boil, which you'll see in future episodes, but he hasn't done that again. Not once. Actually, he's been so cautious ever since that he avoids making plans the night before I arrive in Hong Kong. And that's the thing about him. He's not perfect, not by a long shot. But when he says, I'll do better, he means it. Sure, he has hurt me, but who hasn't been hurt in a relationship? Although it might seem he's always joking around without sincerity when you're watching my YouTube, he keeps his word. Now, about his attitude that day. Oh, it was infuriating. Strolling in with AirPods on, smiling like he had just come from brunch instead of a disaster he caused. I get why you wanted to throw virtual tomatoes at him, but let me spill the tea you didn't see. When he walked in, I laughed first. Why? Because I couldn't help it. He looked ridiculous. And maybe I'm a fool, but seeing him in that state, so clueless and out of sorts, was almost comical. Plus, I had already vented to Christy beforehand, and let's be real, nothing bonds girls like complaining about guys over coffee. Christy was my rock that day, and out of respect for her, I didn't blow up in front of her. I waited until we were alone to have the talk. That's one of the challenges and blessings of a long-distance relationship. There's no time to fight. You learn to prioritize what's worth your energy. And as you just saw now, venting to Anson, Noel, Travis, and Sunny about the whole mess, it worked wonders. Sometimes it's not just about getting it off your chest. It's about those third characters who swoop in and help you clear the fog. A little pep talk with your people, and suddenly everything doesn't feel so heavy anymore. It's like getting a breath of fresh air. After having this heart-to-heart with Mr. Hong Kong guy and his friends, something clicked. I was bummed at how easily he said, "I'll pick you up at the airport next time." That's when I realized I had never actually talked to him about the airport incident. Sure, I constantly vented to you guys on YouTube, probably more than once, so maybe it seemed like I had. But with him, not a word. It hit me. The moment I brought it up, he was ready to make it right. That whole drunken airport fiasco has somehow morphed into this bittersweet inside joke between us. Now we laugh about it, saying, "Remember when you got drunk and left me stranded?" Like it's a funny little chapter in our story. So I was honestly a little puzzled by some of the unexpected reactions in the comments. I didn't think you guys would be so upset about it. The truth is, recently I brought it up with Mr. Hong Kong guy and asked him why he didn't pick me up at the airport back then. Since I hadn't said anything or shown that I was bothered by it, he assumed I was perfectly fine with it and even thought I felt the same way he did. And honestly, that's when I realized the real lesson here. I should have just told him what I wanted, because if I had asked him to pick me up, he probably would have done it without hesitation. But I know the last episode wasn't just about that. Some of you said, "Susie, why are you even with him?" Honestly, I don't really know. I just feel good when I'm with him. He's not my whole world, and that's what makes it work. I can focus on my own life without obsessing over his. For the first time, I'm in a relationship that feels balanced. That's not to say it's perfect. Let's face it, love never is. Relationships are always great except for that one thing. But here's what I've learned. When you move on to someone else, they'll have their own one thing. So you decide, do you deal with this flaw or do you trade it for another? With my exes, it was a revolving door of one things. In the past, I've been dazzled by guys who promised the world and delivered nothing but disappointment. The kind who swept me off my feet only to drop me just as quickly. Yeah, I've always picked the wrong guy. Cheating, ghosting, harsh words, and one even broke up with me right after my birthday dinner. You name it, I survived it. And then came Mr. Hong Kong guy. He's got his flaws, his individualistic nature being the biggest one. But he's consistent, he's reliable. He doesn't promise me the moon and stars, but he just promises me honesty. And that's enough. Some of you said you're not his priority. But guys, he's not my number one priority either. It might look like he is because of these videos, but behind the scenes, I'm hustling. My job, my growth, my happiness, those are my priorities. I've always been this way. As a middle child, I learned early on how to work hard for what I want. Whether it's my career, my friendships, or my love life, I give my all. That's just who I am. My life has always been about doing my best in every moment. And honestly, being with Mr. Hong Kong guy has helped me become a better version of myself. I'm calmer, more patient, and yes, a little softer around the edges. You might see me in my YouTube videos and think I'm so loving, caring, and sweet. But honestly, that's not the kind of person I've always been. Back in my younger years, I would flip out over the smallest imperfections. I would stress, rush, and let anger get the best out of me. One ex even asked if I had anger issues. But since meeting Mr. Hong Kong guy, I've changed. Maybe it's speaking to him in English, or maybe I've just grown. But I know this. I like the person I've become in this relationship. So no, our relationship isn't perfect because love isn't all sugar and candies. Every relationship has that one thing. But for me, the key is finding someone whose flaws you can live with and whose presence makes you better. Mr. Hong Kong guy? He's my pair of slightly imperfect shoes. And somehow you break it in, you make it yours, and eventually you realize it's been carrying you all along. And right now, I'm happy to walk this road with him. As long as he keeps trying, I'm here for the walk. So, I hope this long explanation has helped clear up any disappointment or concerns you may have had. And the next morning, after the chaos of my drunken disaster, the gloom that had settled on me started to dissipate. There I was, nursing a headache and a bruised ego when Mr. Hong Kong guy, who, let's be honest, can be a bit clueless sometimes, did something that completely changed the mood. Do you remember when I casually mentioned that I wanted pancakes? Of course you don't, because even I don't remember when I had said that. Well, he remembered. He woke up early, went to the market, and made me my favorite pancakes and coffee for breakfast. And of course, he did it topless. Because why not add a little spice to an already perfect moment? I swear, in that instant, all my frustrations melted away. It was like living in a fantasy I had longed for but never thought would come true. What really struck me though was how he remembered something so small, so insignificant. It's funny how those tiny details, things I don't even remember saying, mean the most. And the kicker? He's not even a pancake fan. Mr. Hong Kong guy is more of a noodle guy, the type to slurp down a bowl of hot noodles at any given moment. Yet, there he was, flipping pancakes for me. So while Mr. Hong Kong guy might not always check all the boxes, like the way he apologized to me in a playful way, and like yes, he didn't pick me up at the airport when I wanted him to. He has this uncanny ability to make it up to me in the most unexpected ways. I guess no one is perfect, but when it comes to remembering the little things that matter, that's his strength. So maybe he's not the flawless hero I once envisioned. But isn't it those imperfect gestures that make him, well, real?
I'm sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough.
And before I end this episode, I want to take a brief moment to explain the intention behind my videos. These videos are not about complaining about my boyfriend, nor are they a plea for advice on whether I should break up or not, because I'm still with him. My goal was to share that relationships come in all shapes and forms. There's no single right way to be in one. Some people might look at my relationship and think it's not ideal, but others, including me, can see it differently. I'm not claiming to be 100% happy with every moment, but here's the truth. Everyone has their ups and downs. Often, people don't share their struggles, and we're left with this illusion that other relationships are perfect. Then, we compare our own, which only makes us feel worse. That's why I wanted to be transparent and show both the highs and the lows. Because despite everything, Mr. Hong Kong guy and I have faced our challenges and come out stronger. Sure, we might have bigger problems in the future, and maybe we might not be together. But when our relationships look different from what we have been taught to expect, it's natural to feel scared and question whether things are right. But that fear often comes from the unknown, not the relationship itself. No one else truly knows the full story of your relationship, the thoughts, feelings, and the moments that only you experience. My videos are just snapshots, 30 minutes out of an entire life together. They can't capture everything. So if my videos made you feel upset, disappointed, or even frustrated, I want to say I'm sorry for that. But this is the reality of relationships. They're not always picture perfect. And that's okay. Because love is not about finding someone who never lets you down. It's about finding someone who knows how to pick you back up. Every relationship has that one thing, the thing that drives you crazy about that person. But even if you find someone new, they'll have their own that one thing. So I've learned to accept it and figure out how to work through it.